welcome to Newsline. I am Becky Madujemu. Thank you for joining us. Tonight we intend to project some outstanding individuals with exceptional abilities doing resourceful things even when the world expects them to stay down and out. You will certainly be motivated to surpass the level you're at when that report comes on. In the meantime, we, the NTA, will be sharing a success story about one of the subjects of a report we brought to you some time ago. It's good news, and the outcome is sure to make you very happy. Then our social diary is brimming. We are bringing you cultural carnivals and doorbells, celebrating traditional heritage and royalty. Don't miss those as well as other stories in our lineup. Let's now pause for the day's news with Claire Adelabu Abdurazak.
Thank you, Becky. Let's begin with off-season election matters. And collation and announcement of result for the Kogi governorship election will resume by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. That's Monday, while Bayelsa State is still ongoing at the INEC State Office in Yanagua. But from the results so far released, the All Progressives Congress APC is in a comfortable lead in both Kogi and Bayelsa states. Now in Kogi specifically, results of 19 out of 21 local government areas have been announced. So far, Yahya Bello of the APC is leading in 10 local government areas, while Musa Wada of the PDP is taking 9. Also in Bayelsa State, results of 6 local government areas have been announced. APC candidate David Leon is comfortably leading in 5, while Duoye Dere of the PDP is in charge of 2 local government areas. Meanwhile, the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC says all the ad hoc staff posted to Olamaboro local government area of Kogi State for the governorship election are safe, sound, and have returned to their respective homes. The Chief Press Secretary to INEC Chairman Rotimi Oyekomi in a statement says the clarification became necessary following reports from some sections of the media that 30 ad hoc staff of the commission are missing in Olamaboro local government area of Kogi State. Now, the statement further adds that the chairman of INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, has personally spoken with some of the ad hoc staff concerned. And from Bayelsa State comes the report that the Nigeria Civil Society Situation Room has presented its report on the observation of the Bayelsa and Kogi States off-season governorship election, amplifying the call for establishment of an Electoral Offences Commission to address all issues related to electoral abuse. Here is Timothy Yusuf with the rest of the story.
The governorship elections conducted in Bayelsa and Kogi states were allegedly characterized by pockets of violence, thuggery and other electoral violations. Allegations that the Civil Society Situation Room asked INEC to interrogate. It, however, observes improved use of the smart card readers and voter turnout in the election.
Voters were not deterred by pre-election day anxiety, threats of violence, and turnout in their numbers.
Yaga Africa Watching the Vote in its own observation report notes that there has been significant improvement in the conduct of elections in the country, especially in INEC's conduct and processes.
At Watching the Vote is for all Nigerians beholden to no one and driven by data.
Both the Nigeria Civil Society Situation Room and Yaga Africa Watching the Vote enjoin citizens to be law-abiding, loyal to constituted authority, and channel all grievances to the appropriate quarters. In Abuja, Timothy Yusuf, NT News.
And the All Progressives Congress has hailed the security arrangements put in place by the security agencies for Saturday's governorship elections in Bayelsa and Kogi states. In a statement by the party's National Publicity Secretary, Lanre Issa Onilu, the party thanked all its supporters for standing their ground to protect the ballot and ensure credibility of the electoral process. It says that as the final results are being awaited, the APC urges its members in both states to remain calm and peaceful. And away from election matters now, checking irregular migration and its attendant risks was the thrust of this year's ZIC's annual lecture series. Our correspondent Daniel Okbai reports that Dr. Ernest Bai Kuruma, the immediate past president of Sierra Leone, was the keynote speaker.
There is no doubt that migration is a defining issue of this century. 1 billion people, that is 1/7 of the world's population, are migrants. This was the focus of the 8th edition of Zig's lecture series at the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, with the theme Migration and Development in Africa, Patterns, Issues and Challenges, which the keynote speaker, Ernest Bai Koroma, and the chairman of the occasion, Senator Jim Nwobodo, amongst others, described as germane, considering the recent upsurge in interest in migration.
Those departing because of socio-economic conditions should not take long to discover that they are running away from a thriving economy.
And I know that Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, wherever he is happy that the boys he trained still remember him.
Speakers took time to digest the tragedies that followed unsuccessful attempts at irregular migration, death in the Sahara Desert, drowning in the seas, and incipient 21st century slavery.
He was passionate about migration. He was passionate about development in Africa.
And it is a great thing, a good thing, that an institution like this has been named after such a great man.
We are looking forward to somebody to stand up and take the mantle from these people, for us to follow. Men of honesty, integrity, men to give us hope.
The 8th Zig lecture series was attended by the academia, captains of industry, students, family members of the legendary Zig of Africa, as well as traditional rulers. In Awka, Daniel Okbai, NTA News.
And the Sultan of Sokoto, Saad Abubakar, has asked Muslims to focus more on quality education and peaceful coexistence of all Nigerians. The Sultan gave this advice while addressing Muslims at the 4th General Assembly of Muslim Ummah in the Southwest held in Ibadan, Oyo State. Rafia Animashan Badmos has the details.
The royal father, who is the President General of Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, says ethnicity is a major challenge to the nation's progress and unity.
Why don't we hold our diversity as a people to make the country a better place? Imagine when he made all of us into, created us, some Yoruba, some Igbo, some Hausa, some Fulani, and things like that.
Yeah, the bond of brotherhood in Islam, forgetting about our ethnic affiliations, and this is a particularly important one for us to unite. A brother from Sokoto, a brother from Enugu will meet and will see themselves as brother. This is important.
The National Conference of Muslim Students in Secondary Schools across the nation also witnessed a debate and quiz competition among the students in Ibadan. Rofia Animashan Badmos, NTA News.
And we turn attention now to health matters. And the federal government is partnering the Carter Center, Atlanta in the U.S. to train middle and low-level manpower in the health sector. Basit Ekman reports on the review meeting where key players discussed key pragmatic accomplishments since the inception of the partnership.
The 2006 report of the World Health Organization indicates that the biggest challenge in the health sector in the coming decades will be the lack of properly trained healthcare workers to deliver services. Perhaps this is the reason for the Nigerian Public Health Training Initiative aimed at training healthcare workers for quality delivery as well as improve the health status of the population in hard-to-reach areas where the healthcare workers are assigned. Proper implementation of the project is the reason for this meeting by implementing states.
We hardly had 8 successful batches. So this is not good for our country considering our population. So the aim is to train, increase number of health workforce with full capacity building on pedagogical method of training.
It's to elaborate and to make us up to date on our activities as far as the health system in our state is concerned.
If we are able to address some of the health challenges that occurs in the community and being given the right health care, that our people will be better off.
5-year projects will end in 2021. Mercy Taikban, NTA News.
Now, as the saying goes, to be forewarned is to be forearmed. Now, that resonates with the campaign theme of a non-governmental organization on cancer awareness and prevention, tagged Arm Our Youth on Breast and Cervical Cancers and Preventive Measures. The NGO is taking the campaign to the doorsteps of some secondary schools in Boko local government area of Benue State, and the belief that awareness is the surest and safest way of reducing mortality and other associated consequences.
Cervical and breast cancers, according to authorities, are deadly diseases that have continued to claim several lives, particularly in low and middle income countries, and that most of these cases target teenage age brackets. This informed the campaign by the Onyabochi Chris Ifediora Foundation to raise early awareness among secondary school children.
Our focus is not just to create some awareness and leave it midway. We want to see how this can be mainstreamed or entrenched into the curriculum of schools so that teaching can be sustained.
During the campaign, the students were taught on possible ways of checking their breast and other safe practices.
From the little time we spent here, I've come to a conclusion that breast and cervical cancer should be escorted out of the country.
I never knew that cervical cancer can be transmitted through sex. They also say that men also have breast cancer. I thought it were only girls and women that were victims of breast cancer.
The campaign is to be carried out in other schools for more impacts. From Boko local government area, Sandra Doisi Akeme, NTA News.
Now, a book that has been presented to the public is one that will definitely interest the Nigerian police, and that's because it speaks on one of its finest in the country. Titled Mike Mbama Okiro, Striking Footprint. The book not only speaks about the former Inspector General of Police and the chairman of the Police Commission, but also on ways the Nigerian police force can enjoy public confidence. Doing Dia was there.
The journey of 1,000 miles, they say, starts with a step. Just as every giant strides in life comes with dreams and determination. That is the story of young Mike Mbama Okiro, a one-time journalist who dropped the pen in exchange for the gun, all in the pursuit of a long-time dream, a move which today resulted in a striking footprint.
It was also a story of a man who had so many escapes and escapades throughout his lives and was able to triumph.
The 368 pages biography is a compendium of the early days of Mike Okiro in Oguta community and his experience of the 1967 Civil War in Nigeria, as well as the various stages of life journey, all of which shaped his perception about life.
Every young man, people who are unemployed, graduates, everything doing, not to give up hope. They have to work hard to achieve what they want to achieve.
If we don't make the black man proud, nobody else can. Therefore, I plead with the younger ones to look at people like Mike Okiro
and emulate his character. And I think the police force will continue to be very, very well respected in this country.
It was the opinion of speakers at the event that the book will serve as a guiding light to the younger generation and most importantly help to foster peace and unity in the country. In Abuja, Dia, NT News.
Now, troops of Operation Lafia Dole have rescued an 80-year-old man, 3 women and 4 children from Boko Haram captivity. A statement by the Nigerian Army Operations Media Coordinator, Colonel Aminu Iliasu, indicates that the victims were held by the terrorists at Dalu village in Mandara Mountains of Goza, local government area of Borno State. The Nigerian Army notes that the operations conducted by troops of 26th Task Force Brigade subdued the criminals who fled in disarray with injuries. Now, life is not a car part, that resonated as a theme for safety diligence on Nigerian roads at this year's Remembrance Service of Victims of Auto Crash across the world. Abubakar Usman Akwanga reports that the annual event is an initiative of the African Union and the United Nations to campaign against violation of road traffic regulations, and that was in collaboration with the Federal Road Safety Corps in Nigeria.
Available data from Nigerian Bureau of Statistics shows that no fewer than 2 lives are lost on Nigerian roads every 4 hours, and every year about 20,000 of the 11.654 million vehicles in the country are involved in traffic crash, recording several fatalities. Victims of traffic crashes in the country and raise awareness on violation of traffic regulations, a remembrance service is held annually. Vicar of St. Matthew Anglican Church, Maitama Oludare Otoki, who prayed for the souls of the dead and comfort of their relations, also appreciates the FRSC's efforts at reducing carnage on Nigerian roads.
Before any government authority will say do this and do that, they have thought about it, they have meditated about it, they have considered all the options, they have considered the consequences.
Deputy Corps Marshal, Special Duties and External Relations, Julius Atom, says the lives lost in auto crash were precious to the country.
As we draw closely to the end of the year, we want to advise, we want to plead that they take it easy, drive by the specified speed limits on specified roads.
And away from the remembrance service, the clergy charged Christians to live in the body of Christ and be dedicated to the unity of the church and stability of the country. In Abuja, Abubakar Usman Akwanga, NTA News.
Now, apparently intended to counter remarks made by a former British Prime Minister, David Cameron, that Nigerians are fantastically corrupt, a book titled Not All Nigerians Are Corrupt has been published. Authored by His Royal Highness Apollos Chu, the 228-page book with 8 chapters was presented at the 16th Africa Security Watch and Awards Forum held in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Chimdima Ndubisi reports.
It's on record that Nigerians both at home and in the diaspora are hardworking, making their marks in different fields of endeavor while contributing positively to the world economy. It, however, came as a great concern to leaders, traditional rulers in particular, the likes of the Egbere Mero Kori and One Eta Ogale Eleme, His Royal Highness Apollos Chu, when a sweeping statement by the former British Prime Minister some time ago categorized the whole country as corrupt due to the crime of a few. The Peace Ambassador sets the record straight at the 16th Africa Security Watch and Awards Summit with the public presentation of this book, Not All Nigerians Are Corrupt.
Corruption, criminality is a part of woman's existence, but I am telling the world that if you find any Nigerians which is corrupt, please narrow your accusation to that individual Nigeria. We should find him wanted in any criminal activities and punish him according to the law of your land.
The king notes that the corruption label is just to deny Nigerian businesses foreign partnerships and investments.
There are few countries in the world who have enjoyed the monopoly of the Nigeria market. And because Nigerians are coming up in age and coming into businesses, it's becoming a threat to so many other great countries that have enjoyed the Nigeria market. So what we're going to do is to attack them by blackmailing them.
For his efforts on national unity, peace, security and human development in Africa, the royal father was presented with an award alongside some service chiefs and security officers. Chimdima Ndubisi, NTA News.
Now, a non-governmental organization named Israel Ibeleme Foundation is adding value to the education of children at the grassroots. The renovation of 3 blocks of classroom by the foundation at the junior secondary school Gusa in Abuja may just be the springboard for greater academic excellence for pupils in that school. Hawa Kimbia tells us more.
That was a symbolic way of appreciating the foundation for transforming the 3 blocks of classroom, which before now has been in bad condition. Founder of the foundation, Israel Ibeleme, says the gesture is a way of complementing government efforts at improving the educational standard of the vulnerable persons in the society.
I believe that if the students have a conducive environment, they will be able to learn and they will understand what the teacher is teaching them.
Representative, wife of the Minister of Transport, Ibifuro Tatwa, and stakeholders at the event commended the initiative and called on other public-spirited organizations to emulate such gesture.
People should take it as a serious concern and contribute towards that, and make sure schools around them, they have at least desks.
He has been very helpful to the school. He has undertaken several projects here. This is just one of the projects that he has undertaken.
I want to say thank you to Israel Ibeleme Foundation for the impact they gave to this school.
Israel Ibeleme Foundation was established in 2006 and has over the years been involved in humanitarian services to better the lot of the less privileged in the society. Hawagimba, NTA News.
All right, time now for us to join our sports desk for sports update.
Nigeria Super Eagles are still number